everybody. So today is something I've been waiting on for a while now. I finally got the Mega Pack for the Neo Geo X. So I've got 15 new games and a firmware update to the handheld and the rocket cable that lets it charge without having to be in the dock and everything. So I thought we'd take a look at everything today. I'm going to do the BIOS firmware update on camera. To be honest with you, I don't know if it takes like 5 minutes or a couple minutes or what, so it may be sped up or kind of cut in the middle of that, but I'll give you an idea of what to expect. But this here is the Mega Pack. I just went ahead and got the one set because I didn't see a reason to get, all 3 or whatever the other ones are. So there you go, 41 total megs. Awesomeness. So we're going to take a look. So basically it comes in a cartridge case for the original Neo Geo, which if you've never had one of those cartridges were the size of a top-loading NES, they were huge. So, but it comes in this plastic case here, which I can open up, and then you get this out. And then, of course, you've got the case itself. I mean, it's similar to like a VHS tape, kind of, if it had a kid with like a Genesis case, except huge. So here's the Neo Geo X itself next to this box, just to kind of give you an idea here. So, of course, it shows on here the games you get. World Heroes 2, Jet, Samurai Showdown 3, Kizuna, Super Tag Battle. What was that? Top Hunter. Mark of the Wolves. Savage Rain, Metal Slug 2. The Path of the Warrior, King of Fighters 96, Blues Journey, Sengoku, The Next Glory, The Last Blade, and Blazing Star. And from what I can see on the pictures, 80 or 90% of these are fighters, but that's okay. Alright. So to crack this thing open here, there's a little tab here, and if I'm a little out of breath or whatnot, everybody here in the household has had a cold over the last couple weeks, and we're all mostly over it, so please forgive me if I'm a little off-sounding. But anyway, you got a clip here that pops open, and then you can crack it open here. And what's cool is inside the case, you can actually store the Neo Geo X, which is nice, because your only other choice is to leave it in the docking station out all the time, or put it into its little insert in the main box, and then you got to dig through everything to get it. But you've got the fast charging cable, the Mega Pack SD card, and then over here you've got 2 booklets. You've got the upgrade manual that explains how to use the cable, which is kind of odd, but we'll go over that in a minute. And then you've got the, I guess you'd say, instruction booklet. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's, please take time to actually read how to do the firmware upgrade so you don't brick your console. And then it's got, I guess, the original cartridge artwork here. Then it's got the Art of Fighting, and it kind of talks about the game. The very basic pre-story, and then very, very basic controls, but it does that for all 15 games. Original cartridge artwork. Kind of goes over the games, release date, stuff like that. So this is pretty cool. Tells you how many megs they are and stuff. I'm not going to go through every one here, but essentially that's what it does for them all. Original artwork. Backstory. Very basic controls. Now this is basically just an instruction manual. But what's kind of cool is when you get towards the end here, it shows you the original included in this pack, which I thought was pretty cool. Excuse me there. So You know, if you got one, you can put it in the car or decorate the game room, I guess, or put all over your Neo Geo. But I thought that was pretty cool inclusion. And then towards the back you get Neo Geo and then the X. You know, very cool. Although I don't think that's the original Neo Geo logo. I think that came out later on, like maybe around the Neo Geo CD time frame or towards the end there, or with the pocket. But anyway, that's that. Basically, this in here is, for the most part, a cartridge. It's got really thick foam in here, and you can take it out. I don't know if it'll show up here, but it actually says Neo Geo X on the inside of the case. It's very, very firm. I would almost wonder if they just got the mold for the original cartridges and reused it for this. Very secure. You got your, now you got a second Neo Geo X. But you can take your handheld here, stick it into the foam. Oh, it fits. Hi YouTube. Okay, and then you've got the rocket cable, they're calling it, which, from what I understand, you plug in the power supply here from the original X, docking station. That's going to get plugged into your handheld, and then if it's on C, so that's pretty much it. And then of course the Mega Pack itself is just, honestly, I think it's just a regular SD card. I haven't really read up on hacking this, but there you go. So what I'm going to do here is do a quick edit, and I'm going to get everything set up for the update, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got everything set up here for the upgrade process. We're going through the manual here. Pretty much we've got, like, it happens. And of course, we're guest starring everybody's favorite Kid Icarus stand, which, if you're going to review a handheld or do something with it, I just recommend it because it's just awesome. Alright, so we've got the Neo Geo X here. We've got the directions, so let's see here. And the Neo Geo X is in the off position. Alright. Yep, nothing's connected there. That's off. Insert the SD card with the firmware upgrade into the Neo Geo X. So we've got the Mega Pack. I'll just throw in here. There we go. Alright, change the switch on the side of the rocket cable to the X position. X. To the rocket cable, and the rocket will flash blue. Okay. Of course, it will not flash. Okay, so it's flashing blue. Hold the start button on the Neo Geo X and insert the rocket cable into the USB slot. EGATs. Alright, so start button, holding it in, USB to USB, plug that in, and as you can see, it is flashing like a crazy booger. Release the start button once the blue LED has started flashing. Okay. The Neo Geo logo will flash twice on the screen and then show the upgrade in progress screen. The rocket cable LED will flash blue-red slowly during the process. Alright, so we got, and we have wait for the system to reboot, however long this is going to take. You never can tell with the firmware update. It could take minutes, it could take an hour, it could take 30 seconds. I mean, it's just kind of weird, most electronics, you just put the new cartridge in and it would just read the update off the cartridge and we'd be done with it. I don't know how it's bound into this cable thing, but station on this thing, it says upgrade problem incorrect file. Well, interesting. Now, of course, my upgrade instructions doesn't say anything about what to do in this case. So, try some buttons here and see what it does. Alright, we got that in the X. I guess I'm going to have to unplug it. Alright, let's pull the card out here. Let's see. Looks right to me. And it did have it in right. Yeah, it didn't go in that way. Okay. Sure that's in all the way. Okay. Yes, let me unplug this. Start from scratch here, see what happens. Alright, we're flashing. Holding down the start button. Plugging that in. Release once the blue light started flashing, so I guess we'll wait a second here and see what happens. Okay, we've gone blue, red. So that means it started. Second time's the charm, maybe? Upgrade problem, incorrect file. Okay. Alright, we're making another try of it here. Just tried to do some reading online and haven't really found much. But I reseated the cartridge, SD card, whatever. Just went to blue and red, so the system should boot here in a second, start the upgrade process. Hopefully this time it'll work, because so far I've been looking at Tomo's website and haven't really even found anything about having error other than to just restart the process, so we'll see what happens here. Okay. Guys, so getting back to you here with the Neo Geo X. It's about 2 hours since I started. Maybe getting close to a quarter of the way done. Went online for a while. Couldn't really find any kind of information on. Maybe the problem is that, well, battery, you know, well, they tell you if you're plugged in, you're fine, but sometimes they want you to have full battery. So I'm like, you know what the heck? I'm going to charge it to full with the rocket cable here. Fully charged just a few minutes ago. So I went in, restarted the upgrade process like before, and here it is upgrading. So what would mean, or why that would have anything to do with the battery not being 100% charged, because you're plugged in anyway. So it is updating, and it started on this, so I'm just gonna let it sit here and film the rest of the upgrade, and then maybe we'll just do a quick look at the menus once the upgrade's done here. I know it's supposed to greatly increase the look of the HDMI through the docking station, and I know it's going to add like in-game saves for the games that support it, which will be really nice. From what I hear, like was it component or composite? I can never remember. The red, yellow, and white. It actually kind of makes it look worse. But you know, that's alright because of HDMI. Okay, so looks like it finished the blue-red on there. Alright, well I would have to assume here that we have a battery icon, which should mean that we're just charging at this point and we're not actually updating. So we're going to go ahead and unplug stuff and see what happens here. Got my 500A where before, oh, and I have the serial number now, I think it said. So now when I hit the card, it shows me the new games. So it looks like we are update and working. Awesome. So let's see. So I'm going to throw on, I think, Sengoku here and look at it, and then we're going to call it a day. Alright, looking pretty good. Start. Alright. Like everything's working, so I think I'm going to call it here because it's late. I've been fighting with this thing for a while. Who knew charging the battery would fix a missing file on the update? Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks.